Hello.
Hi, Linda.
Hi, Bridget. I didn't know anybody was here.
Yeah, I just got on.
Oh, okay.
Your pan dulce was so good.
Oh, I'm so glad. I always like, look forward to bringing it. I couldn't decorate like I did at the RTA offices.
Right.
I used to like to do that too. So I hope there was enough bread for the staff at 3rd Street.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, I took bread there too.
That was so nice of you.
I hear Artie Poo whistling.
Oh, hey, Art. Art, can you hear us? We can't see you.
We hear you.
Art. Oh, there. Okay, turn it around. Art, so now it's just a black screen. Okay, now we see your leg. Turn it around.
It's getting hot out here. Now you got 1 minute.
Art. Hey, Art, so we can see your legs. There you are. Oh, there you are. We see you. Oh, we did. We saw you for a second, Art.
Yeah, we heard him for sure.
We see you. Don't change it. Oh,
Hi.
hi. We saw you for a second. Turn the camera back around.
Well, I'm not something I'm not turning on here.
We saw you for a second.
He's gone
I'm
again.
going to.
Oh,
Okay, we see the couch.
I can't get in there
Yes.
for some reason.
No, we
Oh,
hear
we see
you.
you.
We hear you and see you, Art.
oops.
Do what?
Art, we see you. We hear
Yes,
you
we
and
do.
see you. Don't touch anything.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm still not.
We saw you for a second.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough.
There you are. Don't touch.
Hey,
There you are.
yay.
Don't touch
Too
anything.
Too many buttons.
Yes. Okay, we have 4 minutes. Good afternoon, everybody. We have 4 minutes.
Good afternoon.
How's your weather down there?
That's okay today. It's supposed to be cooler next week.
It's still hot out here.
I mean, it's better than a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'm gonna really enjoy it. I leave for Nashville on Friday and it's only in the 70s.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hit the Grand Ole Opry?
Yes.
I've not been to the new one. I forget how long ago it was when that opened, but I went to the old one. It's so much smaller.
Is it? Okay. Yeah, we're going on Saturday.
How nice, how fun. Are you gonna see anyone in particular?
Well, we're excited to see that Chapel Heart. Have you heard that new girl group? And they were on America's Got Talent.
Yes, yes, yes.
They're playing Saturday night, and we didn't plan that. We just bought the tickets for Saturday night. We didn't know who was going to be playing.
How exciting.
I know, so we're excited.
That should be nice.
And I'm assuming they'll do some sort of tribute to Loretta Lynn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, probably all over town.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. We have 1 minute.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay. How's everybody? Good afternoon. Samantha, are you ready in there?
Yes.
Okay. I would now like to call the Board Budget and Finance Committee meeting to order at 2 p.m. Thank you for joining the Board Budget and Finance Committee meeting today, Wednesday, October 5th, 2022. Before we begin with today's business, please ensure that you are in a quiet environment with no background noise. Please mute your device until called upon by the clerk or the chair to speak. Will the clerk please read the special notice?
Yes, Chair. On September 16th, 2021, Governor Newsom signed Assembly Bill number 361 that amends and extends certain Brown Act requirements pertaining to telephonic conferencing of local government meetings through January 1st, 2024. As such, RTA has opted to conduct the October 5th, 2022 committee meeting via teleconference. Participants can participate via teleconference in each participant's own office or home area, which will not be made physically accessible to the public.
Thank you. For today's meeting, we will take roll call. Will the clerk please take roll call?
City of Wildemar.
Here.
City of Beaumont.
Here.
City of Cali Mesa.
Here.
City of Canyon Lake.
Canyon Lake is here.
City of Hemet.
Here.
City of Lake Elsinore.
Here.
City of Norco.
Here.
City of Temecula.
Here.
And County of Riverside, District 5.
Here.
Chair, you have a quorum. Members, please remember to remute your devices.
Thank you. Will the clerk please take attendance of RTA staff?
Kristen Warsinski. Here. Charlie Ramirez.
Here.
Tom Franklin.
Here.
Laura Camacho. Here. Rick Kazarowski.
Here.
Jim Neatkins.
Here.
Melissa Blankenship,
Here.
Mike Johnson,
Here.
Albert Jimenez,
Here.
Jennifer Nguyen,
Here.
Brad Weaver.
Here.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Next is item 3, public comments for non-agenda items. Will the clerk please read the directions for public comments?
Members of the public may address the board regarding any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board. However, no actions may be taken on off-agenda items unless authorized by law. Comments shall be limited to matters not listed on the agenda. Members of the public may comment on any matter listed on the agenda at the time that the board considers that matter. Each person's presentation is limited to a maximum of 3 minutes.
Has the clerk received any requests in writing?
No, Chair, I have not.
Is there anyone on the line that would like to make comments on items not listed on the agenda? Hearing none, the public comment portion for items not listed on the agenda is now closed. Next is item 4, approval of minutes for the September 7, 2022 Budget and Finance Committee meeting. Does any board members have any comments or corrections? No, okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Okay, I think I heard Art and Norco. So a motion from Art and a second from Norco. And will the clerk please take roll call?
Yes. City of Wildemar.
Aye.
City of Beaumont.
Aye.
City of Cali Mesa.
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake.
Aye.
City of Hemet.
Yes.
City of Lake Elsinore.
Aye.
City of Norco.
Yes.
City of Temecula.
Yes.
And County of Riverside District 5.
Yes.
Chair, it's unanimous.
Thank you. Next is item 5, cash flow projections, and Charlie Ramirez will present.
Thank you, Chair Moore and members of the committee. Charlie Ramirez, Chief Financial Officer. The table attached to the staff report portrays actual cash performance through mid-September, followed by a projection of weekly cash activity through mid-November. 1 quarter into the fiscal year and operating revenues are meeting expectations, while we continue to keep operating costs in check and below budget. As such, cash flow does project to remain strong in the coming weeks, and I do not anticipate any cash flow issues for this reporting period. Chair, this is a receive and file item, and that completes my presentation.
Thank you, Charlie. Are there any questions from committee members? Okay, then it is a receive and file. Thank you, Charlie. Next is item 6, authorization to award agreement number S22025 to Nth Generation Computing Incorporated for storage area network and disaster recovery replacement services. And Melissa Blankenship will present.
I'm sorry, Chair, before we go into that, on the last item, I believe we still have to ask if there's any public comments. Anyone on
Okay.
the line that wants to make a comment?
Okay, I apologize. Is there anyone on the line that'd like to make a comment on the cash flow projections, item number 5? Okay, I do not see any. Thank you. So we will go back into item number 6, Melissa.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, Chair Moore and members of the committee. My name is Melissa Blankenship, and I am the Director of Contracts for the agency. The item before you is authorization to award agreement number S22025 to Nth Generation Computing Incorporated for storage area network and disaster recovery replacement services. The agency currently operates more than 100 servers, which are used to run the business operations and to store data. In Riverside, the servers are running on a storage area network that was purchased in 2016 and received storage expansions in 2017 and 2019. The backup storage area network in Riverside was purchased in 2014 and expanded in 2016. The servers in Hemet are housed in the disaster recovery environment, and they are running on a storage area network that was purchased in 2014 and expanded in 2016. The current storage area networks have reached their usable capacity, some have reached end of life, and all are significantly less secure than modern storage systems. In order to increase capacity and keep the network secure, the agency must replace the existing storage area networks. Therefore, on April 19, 2022, staff issued request for proposals number S22025, and on May 24, 2022, the agency received proposals from 3 firms: Golden Star Technology Incorporated from Cerritos, California, Helix Storm from Temecula, California, and Nth Generation Computing Incorporated from San Diego, California. An evaluation committee representing staff from the Information Technologies and Purchasing Departments evaluated the proposals in accordance with the criteria listed in the RFP. At the conclusion of the technical review, Helix Storm and Nth Generation Computing were found to be technically responsive. Staff then conducted proposal clarifications with both vendors to confirm certain details of their proposed solution to ensure compliance with the scope of work requirements. Next, staff requested a best and final offer from both firms. Nth Generation Computing submitted a final cost of $632,202, and Helix Storm submitted a final cost of $878,243. Staff compared the line item costs submitted by both vendors and found that Helix Storm proposed higher costs across the board, and there was not one particular item driving the price difference. Based on the overall evaluation process, staff recommends awarding a contract to Nth Generation Computing Incorporated, a technically responsive and responsible vendor. The price is found to be fair and reasonable in comparison to the independent cost estimate provided by the agency's project manager, and all proposals were received under full and open competition. The proposed solution will provide additional storage space, faster data transfer speeds, and reduced data duplication. The replacement, backup, and disaster recovery systems will better protect the agency from data loss due to a ransomware attack. And finally, the proposed solution will add a cloud backup location as additional protection against data loss, as recommended by the Department of Homeland Security. In addition to the proposed amount, staff also recommends the board authorize a 5% contingency of $31,610 to be utilized in the event of unforeseen circumstances. Sufficient funds to cover this request are included in the agency's board-approved capital budget. The funding profile can be found on page 11 of your agenda. Therefore, the recommendation before you today is to approve and recommend this item to the full board of directors for their consideration as follows. Authorize staff to award agreement number S22025 to Nth Generation Computing Incorporated for storage area network and disaster recovery replacement services in the amount of $632,202 with a 5% contingency of $31,610 for a total project amount of $663,812. Thank you, Chair. That completes my presentation.
Thank you. We will now have questions or comments for committee members, and I see Ted Hoffman has his hand raised.
Yeah, thank you. Very nicely done. I appreciate all the work you guys did in checking. My question is, how long do we have to store this material? And do we have a recommendation of when it's being purged? I see we purchased this back in 2014, 16, and we updated it. So what is our, maybe, I guess the attorneys check, but don't we have a protocol for purging out some of this stuff so we don't have to keep so much storage?
You know, I'm going to defer to Rick, our Chief Technology Officer, to answer that for you.
Okay.
Director Hoffman, we do have document retention policies for hard documents. We don't have one per se for the electronic documents. We do purge them out as we deem them no longer needed. It's not so much that there's the old stuff, it's just the size of data grows. The modern files are much larger. We're storing tracking information from all of our bus tracking systems, our ridership information. Every server we operates on this environment, plus onboard video, surveillance video, facility video. So it's just the individual files themselves continue to grow, and as we have more systems and more business, those grow as well.
Well, and I agree that the video files are going to take up an enormous amount of room. That's why I just wondered, how long do we keep these in there? And with the 100+ servers or you have, you know, they're all subject, especially since they're all connected to the web. They're all subject to being tapped into somewhere illegally, and we don't need that. So that's why I just wondered how long, and you know, we retain these records, because every time they're on there, they are subject to being hacked. So.
Yes, sir. We do retain them for as long as we need for that purpose, but there's been many cases where we really saved the agency by being able to refer back to a past project, past documents for something. So it's on a case-by-case basis.
All right, as long as we have a retention policy and then we have a purge policy, I'm good with that. Thank you.
Thank you. Linda Molina.
Yes, I have probably a dumb question to ask, but the cloud, is that maintained by satellite? And that's one question. The second question is, what is the cloud's backup plan? The reason I'm asking this is years ago, I think back in the 90s, I was at a housing conference in Tempe, and a satellite misfunctioned, and the entire city's power was gone. You couldn't go to the gas station, you couldn't go to the bank, you couldn't even order a hamburger because everything that was handled, was satellite supported. And so I was just wondering, is it the same thing with items stored in the cloud? How that is maintained? I don't know. I don't know much about it. So I'm just asking a stupid question. What happens if the cloud is affected by something, and what is the backup for the cloud?
I'll take that, Director Millie. I'll give you a quick overview of our backup strategy in our environment. Our primary backup is here in Riverside. We then replicate out to storage in Hemet. And as our last resort backup is backup to the cloud, which is in a data center hosted by a third party called Wasabi. It's their own physical environment that is connected with hardwire through the internet. And that's our last resort backup, which is recommended by Department of Homeland Security. So it's not a satellite connection, it's a hard link connection.
Okay, thank you. And so again, if that somehow is compromised, or there's some source of a problem, that's just one component of storage retention, right? The cloud. Everything else is hardwired or in physical locations, like you said, in Riverside, right?
Correct.
That
Yes,
the cloud isn't our only source of retention, in other words.
the cloud is not our only resource, no, ma'am.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Thank you so much for answering.
Thank you. Linda Krupa.
Thank you. Couple questions on this, and it goes down to the logistics of the IT. So all of the servers in both facilities are being replaced?
No, ma'am, we're not replacing servers. We're just replacing the storage that the server is attached to and store their data on, just the storage drive.
Okay.
At both facilities.
Yeah, okay, so it's not the servers themselves that are going to be upgraded or anything, it's just the storage capacity that will be new?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because we're kind of going through that ourselves at the city, and I know I had a lot of questions for them, and I don't understand the cloud either, and when it comes to Homeland Security, I get really antsy because they get hacked more than anybody. So it's like, I don't want RTA to be in the same classification, that Homeland Security is in, but you answered the question and I appreciate it, and a good presentation. And I know this has to be done. And I know with all of the awesome hackers that are out there, they're smarter than all of us put together. And I'm just glad RTA is one step ahead of everybody else. So thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other committee members that have questions or comments?
I'll move to approve otherwise. This is Kelly Mesa.
Okay, 1 second. Has the clerk received any requests to comment on this item?
No, Chair, I have not.
Is there anyone on the line that would like to make a comment on this item? Okay, I have a motion to approve from Linda Molina. Do I hear a
Norco
second?
seconds.
Second, Beaumont.
Norco, seconds. Thank you. Will the clerk please take roll call?
City of Wildemar,
Aye.
City of Beaumont,
Aye.
City of Cali Mesa,
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake,
Aye.
City of Hemet,
Yes.
City of Lake Elsinore,
Aye.
City of Norco,
Yes.
City of Temecula,
Yes.
and County of Riverside District 5.
Yes.
Chair, it's unanimous.
Thank you. Next is item 7, Federal Transit Administration FTA fiscal year 2022 COVID-19 relief electronic clearinghouse operation ECHO drawdown review results for round 2, and Charlie Ramirez will present.
Thank you, Chair Moore. Excuse me. So the agency receives a significant amount of federal funding each year for its operating and capital needs. This money comes to the agency by way of the Federal Transit Administration, or FTA. It's all part of ongoing or continuing surface transportation legislation. However, over the past couple of years, as you're aware, the agency received significant additional federal funding tied to the COVID-19 related stimulus approved by Congress. With all of this funding comes oversight. The FTA is charged with oversight, and its most basic and regular oversight tool is the triennial review. A triennial review is a review that occurs every 3 years and is very broad and covers the various activities that comprise a transit agency. However, the FTA is also known to carry out more specifically targeted reviews, usually focusing on financial or procurement-related activities. In the fall of 2021, the agency was notified that it had been randomly selected to undergo one of these focused financial reviews, specifically tied to its COVID-19 related awards. It was something that the FTA called round 1 of its focused financial reviews. The review would be conducted by RMW Associates, or RMW. In late 2021 and early 2022, staff worked closely with RMW, providing all of the requisite information and documentation, policies and procedures, and participating in various interviews. Throughout the draft process, RMW worked with us and notified us that we had fully materially complied with federal guidelines and that 4 out of 5 of our federal drawdowns met expectations. However, at that time, RMW put forth 2 recommendations, one of which was to add some slight detail to our financial policies and procedures, and the second was that on one of our 5 federal drawdowns reviewed, to alter the presentation. While staff did not fully agree with the recommendations as presented by RMW, we nonetheless worked closely with them to favorably resolve the recommendations. So much so that by the time RMW produced their final report, both recommendations were posted in the final report as fully resolved. Therefore, at that time, the agency had successfully completed the FTA review with no further action required, and we continue to be in good standing with the FTA. The round 1 financial review was presented to the board at its February 2022 meeting. Fast forward to June of 2022, and the agency received notification that it had yet again been randomly selected to undergo another financial review tied to its COVID-19 awards. This is what the FTA referred to as round 2 of its COVID-19 related awards. The engagement would once again be managed by RMW. So similar to the first round, staff worked closely with RMW, providing all of the requisite information, documentation, calculations, and so forth, taking part in various interviews. And at the conclusion, RMW determined that the agency was fully compliant with federal guidelines, had no deficiencies, and at this time put forth 0 or no recommendations for improvement. So yet again, the agency had successfully completed an FTA review, had no further action required, and now was continued to be in good standing with the FTA. A copy of that round 2 final report is attached to the staff report for your review, and that leaves us with your task here today, which is to approve and recommend this item to the full board of directors for their consideration as follows. Accept the FTA fiscal year 2022 COVID-19 relief ECHO drawdown review final report for round 2. Thank you, and that completes my presentation.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from committee members? I see Linda Krupa.
Yes, my only comment is good job And I have never seen a federal government report so short. I mean, I was
I agree.
expecting a 400-page attachment to this outlining everything, and it's what, 6 pages or something like that. So good job. You absolutely must have satisfied everything they asked for. So good job, Charlie.
I agree. I saw a thumbs up from Ray also. Are there any questions or comments from committee members? Oh, I agree. So a great job, Charlie and staff. That's incredible.
Thank you.
Has the clerk received any requests or comment on this item?
No, Chair, I have not.
Is there anyone on the line that would like to make a comment on this item? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Okay, I believe I'll take Art as the motion and Ray as the second. Is that
Second.
correct? Okay.
That's fine.
Will the clerk please take roll call vote?
City of Wildemar,
Aye.
City of Beaumont,
Aye, triple I.
City of Cali Mesa,
Yes.
City of Canyon Lake,
Aye.
City of Hemet,
Yes.
City of Lake Elsinore,
Aye.
City of Norco,
Yes.
City of Temecula,
Yes.
and County of Riverside District 5.
Yes.
Chair, it's unanimous.
Thank you. Okay, next is item 8, board member comments. Does anyone have any comment? No? Okay. I'll do a quick one just since we have a lot of comments. We have a craft beer fest in Wildemar, October 15th, so everyone's welcome to come on out. I don't think we requested a trolley for that one, but that's okay. Next is item 9, announcements. Kristen, do you have any announcements?
Yes, Chair, just really quickly, thank you. RTA has hit over 18,000 weekday boardings, which is a new post-pandemic high for us. So we were excited once all the colleges came back and UCR hopped on board. It's looking like it's going in the right direction. And then just a reminder that the rodeo is on October 15th, starts at 8 a.m. If you would like to drive, you can let me know or let Jim know. We're really excited about it. We have a lot of operators, administrative staff. We have a pretty big group that's going to try to steer those 40-foot buses around. So we're excited and we hope we see you there. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Since last year, I knocked over 4 of the cones driving a bus. Do I get to drive again this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If you haven't done it, I encourage you to do it. As I mentioned, we have a large event that day, so I'm going to stop by, but I won't be able to stay.
Yeah.
But if any of you on the line haven't driven the bus, I suggest you do. It's a lot of fun.
It's a hoot.
Yeah.
Oh, it's funny you say that, Chair, because my memory 3 years ago driving the bus just popped up on Facebook, and you were recording me.
Yes,
Bridget, and I think Linda or someone in the background said the funniest comment, and they said, "Look at him whipping that big old bus around." It's hilarious. It's so much fun. It is so much fun.
That was funny. And then we can't forget when Linda Krupa got pulled over. Okay, next is item 10. The next meeting of the Board Budget and Finance Committee meeting will be held on Wednesday, November 2nd, 2022 at 2 p.m. And this meeting is adjourned. The October 5th, 2022 Board Budget and Finance Committee meeting is adjourned at 2:26 p.m.